Right, 2019, section C, question 2, structural forms. Okay, the image on the right shows a structure designed to provide shade for seating area in a garden. The projections of a similar structure are shown in C2 below, so down here. The curved surface is produced by translating the generating parabola ABC in a vertical position along the parabolic curve DEF, which is shown in elevation. In the outline N view, the dotted line shows the generating parabola ABC. B is the vertex of the parabola ABC, and E is the vertex of the parabolic curve DEF. Part A, draw the given elevation of the structure. Okay, so we're just looking. So part A is looking for us to draw the elevation of this structure. So DEF is a parabolic curve, okay, with E as the vertex. So that's us drawing a parabola there. So I'll start by setting up my XY line. Just looking here, scale is 1:100, so 3 meters here is 3,000 millimeters, which knocks off the 2 zeros at the end, so it's 30. Okay. Oh, X, Y line. Okay. So I start here. 18 minute across, that's halfway. Set up those distances there. I'm going to extend these lines down into plan now, is all I'm at it. And we're going up 50, 30, and 30. That has nothing to do with our info there. So I'm drawing DEF here. So this is point D here, this is point E, and this is point F here. Sorry, it's not F, it's the curve, so we draw it up again. So it's parabola. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw our parabola inside here. So our parabola, we're drawing it with a rectangular method. So we're going to split this up into 4 equal sections, okay? So we can actually measure this because it's 80, so it's going to be divided up to 4. Over here then we're going to do our division of lines. We're going to split it into 4 here because this doesn't go into 30, doesn't go into 30, 4 doesn't go into 30 very easily. Okay, so join the last point back. Slide parallel. Okay, I'm going to draw these sections straight down and just continue them down into my plan because I'm going to need to use them there in a little while, so I might as well have them down there. Okay, so opposite the vertex, you're going perpendicular to the vertex, you are joining to the side. Okay, and I just want to take those points across here to the edge. So that's drawing a parabola using our rectangle method. Fairly straightforward. So that's point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, And back to E there then. Same on this side. 1, 2. That's actually where our F stops there. That's point F there. Okay, F joins back down then. Looking at the question, F joins back down to here. Yep, and then we go vertical up this side. And that's my elevation. Sorry. Yeah, that's my elevation. Done. Okay. Part B then has to draw the end view of the generating parabola ABC. So again, we're going out to the edge here. We are drawing just a simple parabola again. The width of this one is 10 meters. Okay, so 50 is halfway. Here, give us a cushion. Look out for coffee. Okay, so we draw up our box there. And then it's the exact same principle then here for drawing this parabola. So I'm dividing the size into 4. I'm going to divide the base into 4. Okay. Those distances go straight up. I'm just going to take those distances then. I get the pen, my compass to work. So take distance across. So then, parallel or opposite to the vertex goes to the vertex. It goes parallel to the vertex, say, perpendicular vertex. 90 degrees to the vertex goes back to the vertex. And that gives us our planes there. And And same over this side. And that's part B of our question. Draw the end view of the generating product ABC. Now, part C then wants us to project the plan of the structure. Okay, so what's happening here in this question essentially is, right, is this parabola here is turned and it's moving along this one, and that's giving us our curves down here, okay? So what we need to do is, you can imagine, I'm taking this one, I'm going to drag it down along it. So when this point here, my vertex here, is at point D. Okay, so when this vertex here is at point D, this much of the parabola is shown. So that much parabola is shown. So if I take that distance there, okay, step it off out here onto this guy. Okay, I'm going to draw a light line across there. That there then is the width of my parabola. So I'm drawing a center line here. I'm going to take that width there, and step it off here and here. Okay, so can you see that when this parabola here is dropped down below this, that's where the ground cuts it. So that's those 2 points there. Same with this point here now. If I take that height there, so when this vertex is there, the ground line is in contact with this bit of the parabola. Okay, so when I take the width there, stick it in the center of my compass, sorry, the center of my axis, that's my 2 points there. And I'm just doing the same then. So when my vertex is sitting at there, I'm taking this height, same again. There's no need to actually draw the full line across it, but I'm just doing that just to show you. Just to try to highlight it. Okay. And the last one then is obviously when it's at full height. So it's at full width. So that's my points there. Now, because it's the same one, I'll just translate these points across here. Okay. And let's translate it there, because this section here now is actually cutting off. If you can see that. So we have a really small section, so point F is going to be a point. If you take here, for example, when the axis is there, it only comes as far as there. So when my vertex is sitting there, that's the height it comes to. So that's my width. So that's my point there. Okay. and I get this kind of this shape then. Now, it's probably a little bit easier if you want to rotate your board or move your board around so you draw your curve. I don't want to change it, just because it'll just show you this there. And then that is my plan. That's how I get the plan, just using this generating curve here. Now the last part here then is looking for this line. The projections on an overhead telephone line PQ are also shown. Draw the elevation and plan of the line PQ and determine the vertical distance from the point R on the surface of the structure to the line PQ. Okay, so they want the vertical distance where that point there cuts into the surface, okay? So first of all, we're going to start by drawing that curve, that line there. So I'm just going to find it here in plan. Cuts right across my Q is there, P is there, and R cuts it here. That's where my R is, right there. Okay, and then in my elevation then, okay, I got PQ there. So what do I know? Well, I know that the width of where it cuts is from there to there. So if I take that width there, bring it up, and step it off out here. Okay? That's the width of it. Okay, so I can draw that width up. And that is where it then cuts it. Okay? So this low below the vertex is where it cuts it. And why is that? Well, I know this is where it hits, so I can look straight down. I know it's touching it there. If I was to look in along here, which is my end view, I'd be able to see that it's going to hit the edge of this somewhere here. So I've taken this width, I brought it up, stepped it up there, brought it up to hit where it hits here. So I can see that line dropping down there. So if you could imagine, if my overhead line was up along there, I'm not going to draw in the line, but that's my line dropping down there, bang, that's where it hits it, okay? Now where is that in relation to my parabola, or on my surface? Well, it's this distance below the vertex, okay? It's this distance below the vertex. It's this distance below the vertex. So what I want to do is, this is the vertex here, that's where my vertex is. If I take my compass and I take that distance, step it down below it there, boom, that's my point there. That is where R, that's where at point R, line drop vertically down from point R, hits it, okay? Turn vertical distance point R on the surface. So if that's where it hits it then, if I just draw that line straight up, that's my distance right there. That's a nice question. That's a really nice question. Okay, and that's the question done. Nothing too complicated. As I said, mainly what you're drawing there is what they're after asking you, giving you in the question. So you just have to redraw that with the correct constructions. But yeah, that's a nice question.